Hello everyone, my name is Jesse and welcome back to another Bakugan review. Today we are doing Marucho's team. I am so excited. Preyas might be one of the most favorited characters in all of Bakugan. I personally love Elfin. I don't know why, I don't know what it is, but I love Elfin. I think it's the idea that she's based off of some stuff from Sailor Moon, which I'm not even the biggest fan of Sailor Moon, but I like the aspect of it. I like the style of it, all that stuff. So I don't know, it's really cool to me to see it in the show. I think it's a cool Easter egg almost, if you've ever read up on that. Yeah, so I got some very rare stuff for you guys. In fact, all of these on here are pretty hard to get nowadays. And I'll talk about it. I'll talk about pricing and all that and some good stuff. Yeah, I'm ready. This is going to be a good review. I can feel it. So let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, people, starting off, we have card number 1. That's right, we have 2 today. Today is Rainbow. It features Preyas. Each Bakugan gets 50 plus G power for each different attribute of Bakugan that their owner is using in this game. That's kind of a cool card. You could probably use that to your advantage. Yeah, I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, so we're going to be using that to pop open the first season, Bakugan Battle Brawlers. So, up first, we have Preyas. This is a B1 Aquos Preyas Open Core. Yeah, so this dude's old. He's very hard to come by. I'm loving the purple. I'm digging that. I love this color. All this teal, kind of like green teal on there. See his head poking out there. Aqua symbol. Yeah, super cool Bakugan. I bought him for $25, which is crazy. The seller didn't know what he was selling, I guess, and he sold it to me for $25. And yeah, these guys easily run for $70 online, easy. And mine probably would sell for more because it's open core. I don't know, but yeah, $70 easy, which is kind of shocking. Preyas only has 2 manual parts, well maybe 2.5. We'll get into that. So he's popped up in his feet. Let's go ahead and pop him down on the card. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a spin here for you guys so you can see Preyas. Yeah, pretty cool. He is 250 Gs, if you can see that. My lighting's different, sorry. Yeah, 250 Gs. I think he's my weakest Bakugan. I think the weakest you can get is 180 Gs. So Preyas is pretty low, yeah, but he makes up for it in coolness. Preyas also has a spinning color wheel. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to show this to you guys properly. My lighting's terrible. But there's this little button here that spins, and you click it, it spins, and it only seems to want to go to darkest right now. But, oh, kinda, Subterra. Aquos, Darkest, and Subterra, if you can see that. I don't know. I'll try and boost it in editing. Yeah, so in the show, Preyas can he can change to Darkest or Subterra, as well as starting as Aquos, which he also does in his in his toy form, which is super cool. Yeah, so I mean, he's just so cool. I love him. I like the aspect of changing attributes and everything. I'm not a fan of this wheel thing. I think it's cool, but it's also kind of in the way. He sometimes you can get him to change attributes when popping him open. It doesn't always happen. Let's see, I don't know, this is supposed to kind of touch on it, but it doesn't really. I think that's just a flaw in it being old, and just they didn't really think out the design too well. Yeah, so B1 Aquos Preyas open core, 250 Gs, super rare, super proud to have it. He was surprisingly easy for me to come by, but I've been looking online every now and then just to see, and they come and go. You'll catch them every now and then for really high prices, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, love Preyas, super awesome Bakugan. All right, up next on the list is Preyas 2, or the evolution of Preyas, the one he spits out in the show, Angelo / Diablo. Yeah, so this guy is dual-sided. There's 2 Bakugan on here. You can find versions that are just one, so usually it's just Diablo. For whatever reason, Diablo was the one that got favorited. Usually you can find them as just Diablo or just Angelo, not both. This one is both. Yeah. So you can see here we have Diablo. It's got this cool green, which I love. I love all that green, like whirlwind spiraling going on there. And you have Angelo, less green, but he's got this like nice wing texture. If you can see that, yeah. So pretty cool. I'm gonna open both sides eventually, but we'll just start with however one it rolls on. I'm just gonna kind of roll it and see what it lands on. Alright, so it landed on Diablo. Sometimes mine gets stuck. I'll talk about that, but first I want to give him a spin. Yeah, kind of a cool whirlpool thing. Yeah, so 660 Gs. You can see that, pretty strong. Yeah, so I bought this guy for 35 bucks and they sell for like 50. The reason he was so cheap is because the owner said that the Diablo side gets stuck. Now, I played with him a bit, like when I got him, and he sometimes works just fine. Like, he pops open easy. But, yeah, even then, like, he rolled and he popped open just fine. So, I don't know what was going on there. I think he just needed to be, like, played with. But, yeah. And Diablo closes up easy. You just close these two pieces here, and then shut that. And they snap together. Really easy. Yeah, so, I mean, that's just one side of him. So, let's flip him over and do Angelo. So, there's Angelo. Doing him a spin. Yeah, and boom. So Angelo is 550 Gs, so a little bit over 100 Gs weaker than Diablo is, but he has this cool white like ring, which is awesome. Yeah, love that a lot, and he's also easy to close. You just shut those, and then that pops up. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and like try and open both sides of him. Yeah. Alright, so here is what it looks like completely open, if you wanted to see that. I'll do a spin on that as well, just so you can get like the full effect. The one thing I don't like about this Bakugan, and I guess this with a lot of Bakugan, is like in the show he's a much lighter blue than in the toy form he's a much darker blue. But again, that's not the end of the world. It's still really cool, and also super rare that I have this like dual-sided one. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy about it, pretty proud of that. I think it's a really great addition, especially when it's like alongside Preyas here. I get them both together for you guys, and it just looks cool together, you know. Yeah, so really proud to have this Bakugan, and he's definitely one of my favorites, just because of like, he may not be good in like an actual Bakugan fight, but like just the ability to roll him and you don't ever know what you're gonna actually like land him on is really cool. If I can get him to land, I'm terrible at rolling. Yeah, see, I mean, it's just completely random each roll you get. You can kind of like cheese it maybe a little bit because he's got like these top heavy pieces, but I don't know. It's kind of difficult to tell, but yeah. So that is Preyas 2, Angelo, and Diablo. Okay, guys, so I said there are going to be 2 cards here. Up next, we have Reflection Gate featuring Elfin. Yeah, so you can get a good kind of look at Elfin there. She's much more purple in this picture, but yeah, cool. So 150 Gs to this specific gate card, which is kind of nice. Alright, so first up we have a translucent Elfin. So like I said, I collected all new Vestroya Bakugan in translucent if they were available. So this was actually the first new Vestroya Bakugan I got. I originally wasn't going to collect them, but then I loved this one so much, I watched the show and fell in love with it even more, so I was like, I need to collect everything. So yeah, here we are, Elfin. So I love the ball form. I love this dark blue on this light green. It's so nice. I just love it. I don't know, it's so cool. I love the little hat peeking out with like the little red eyeball frog thing, the like frog eyes. And then my favorite part's these feet and the underside. So you got these like cool little designs here that like kind of represent like frog feet almost, which is just so cool. Yeah, so let's go ahead and pop Elfin open. She has 2 manual parts, which are just the feet. And yeah, boom. So there's Elfin. I'll go ahead and do a spin for you guys so you can see her. Yeah. So Elfin is 650 G, so pretty strong. It's kind of scratched there. It looks like a 5, but it is definitely a 6. Yeah. So what's cool about Elfin is she she's supposed to randomly select an attribute based off when she pops open. So like this flips up, and it's supposed to like spin, right? The spinning wheel, which is nice because it's similar to Preyas. But the problem with this is it doesn't work a lot of the time, and it just doesn't work. I don't know if it's like because it's old or what, but I've always kind of just had trouble having this like work very well. So you can kind of like go through it. She goes from darkest, ventus to aquos. And it also, what I don't like about this is it's all white, whereas on Preyas it had like the brown and the purple to represent the different attributes. This one is just white, and my ventus sticker is like also like kind of lopsided off to the side. I don't know if you can see it, which is kind of annoying. It's just a sloppy job, whoever, like the machine or whatever that put this thing together. But yeah, still cool. You can see her hands here, which is really nice. I'm really a fan of this Bakugan. It's I mean, again, like this was the first Elfin I got, and it was the first new Vestroya I got, so I got to give it some love. Especially like this front, like the outside ball design is gorgeous. Yeah, and you can also do this thing where like Elfin's hat thing flips up, like you see it in the show. She has like this kind of quirky looking thing where like the top part of her ball like goes over her head for a minute, and it was super cute. And yeah, you can do it with the ball in this, which is, I don't know, kind of nice. It's a good touch, and yeah, it comes off real easy. Yeah, that's Elfin. Alright guys, last but not least is Minx Elfin. This is a Japanese exclusive, so very hard to get. So I don't know a lot of background on this one. I'm going to try to explain it as accurately as I can, but this is the anime color of Elfin. It's like the special edition. There are multiple versions of Elfin, different attributes and everything, but there are two Aquos versions. There's the regular Elfin and then this anime version that got released after, I believe. You can read the wiki if you really want to. So this one is a lot rarer, more sought after. I don't know how many they made. I've actually never seen one online. So this was really hard to come by. This is another one that came from Mexico. It took a month to get here, and it came in great condition. I'm very happy with it. There's a couple like paint scratches and smudges, and the same with like the magnet gate being rubbed off a little bit, but that's not the end of the world to me. Yeah, so super proud of this one. Let's go ahead and pop her open. So she's got feet here. She's got a couple manual parts actually. But yeah, so feet first, and then boom. Yeah. So then her ponytails also come out. So you have to like kind of dig your hand in there to get them out. But they do open, and then her hands come out, and yeah. So Elfin's super cool. She's there's a lot of like body weight down here for this Bakugan, which is kind of weird. So I don't know what's going on there, but that's just how it is. Yeah. So she's 540 Gs, and yeah, just check out that like special coloring. Like, can you see all that? Like, if you look, I'll put up a picture here. I'll put up a picture of like the regular original Elfin they came out with next to this, so you can like compare them. And just this one, like compared to the show's version, is so much more accurate, except for like the pigtails being yellow and like the back of the Bakugan being like a much lighter blue. Like it should be like this color blue should be on here as well, but just for this toy it's not. I don't plan on painting it either because it'll make its value go down. But yeah, super cool. This is definitely like my favorite version of Elfin once she evolved. I love that like character in the show, which is super nice. Yeah, so Elfin also closes easy. You just close her feet like any other normal Bakugan, and then make sure her ponytails are up. That's what I don't like about this, is like the ponytails are so close to the hands, and then she kind of all like clasps together, so like even her hands will go down when you close all this. And so I can get that. Yep. And yeah, so that's all there is to it, and she opens really nice. That was actually a really awesome roll. I'm glad I got that on film. Yeah, but just like her face, like all the detailing in the hair and stuff is super nice. Her eyes kind of pop out a little bit. I'm not sure if all this is showing up on camera. Yeah, super cool, cute little frog. I love it so much. Alright guys, and that is it for Marucho's Guardian Bakugan review. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment, and of course, ask me questions in the comments. I love talking to you guys. Peace out.